I'm not actually that young in this story. I would say 11 at the youngest, less than 16. If I had to guess, I'd say 13, probably. And this is one of two things that come to mind with this feeling. It was Christmas. So I was at my maternal grandmother's house with my mom and her siblings and their kids, which is how we usually spent the holidays. And it's actually snowy winter already that year, and we were gonna go sled riding. So we had these, like, a few of these, like, body length, like, plastic sleds, and we were, getting in the back of my pop's truck and waiting for him to come out, and he was going to drive us to the hill to go sledding. And what happened in this moment was I wanted to take my sled and get in the truck, and my other cousins physically wouldn't let me do it. I had to literally, like, fight my way onto there, like, literally climbing over the truck and beating on people with my sled and getting beat on by other people's sleds and tried to push off the truck. And I remember eventually being successful. I think that's right. But what's in my memory is that moment of fighting, of it doesn't, in my memory, it's not a feeling. That one isn't as much of a feeling of being unwanted. It's the drastic thing of not having a place unless I physically fight for my physical place to be able to get to do the thing that I want, because no one else is gonna help me do that. That's what I remember. I remember I have to physically fight. I remember just the dramaticness of that, I guess. And it comes to mind when I think about my childhood, and when I think about how I feel about groups of people. And there's a lot there that I still don't know what that feeling is and why it makes me feel that way, but it's that memory. And there's lots of other stories just like that, but that's the most salient one. And the other one that comes to mind is just kids sitting at a table again, a holiday with the same relatives, and there were like maybe like 2 or 3 of my cousins sitting at this table on like the back porch or something, and I brought like my tray of like whatever over, and I was gonna sit down, and they said, "No, we don't want you to sit with us. Allison can sit with us. We don't want to hang out with you," or whatever. I wouldn't, I was always made fun of, but everyone was always made fun of, but still, made fun of a lot for my weight, and I was really barely that chubby. I realize now. But that's the other one, that feeling. You're not wanted here. This space is for someone else. We don't want you with us. And there's this whole terrible elementary school thing that really reinforced that. But so I had a lot of different like worlds growing up. Were very separate. So I had my mom, my dad. They were never married, and they weren't together for very long at all after I was born. And then I had basically my like second dad, who was a previous partner of my mom, and then school and everything else. And I remember always feeling like there was always stuff I was missing in all of the places, because I was never in one of the places all the time. There was always stuff that the other people there had experienced that I hadn't, and I always felt just a little bit off. And when you're a little girl and you have other little girlfriends, sometimes you find yourself in a group of 3 little girls, and this is bad. It's usually bad for one of them, and who that is can change. That's something that stuck with me too, like the instability of like, oh, am I gonna be the one that someone wants, or the one that someone tries to keep away from them? Like, we don't want you to play with us, we're doing this, stop trying to play with us. These are the feelings inside me when I look at a group of people, when I approach a group of people. And I'm very guarded, and my mental and emotional task is figure out these people or this person, figure out this landscape. Because if I figure it out, I can know how to slowly reveal myself in ways that are safe. And I never feel like anyone is really that safe. I always feel like I'm hiding something. Like, I always feel like there's something that I hope people won't find out. Even if it's people that I'm really close to. There's like stuff I don't want to share with them, because I'm like, oh, this could reflect badly on me. And I feel very defensive. And I had this very strong, this very visceral, I don't know, I just got clarity of like this message, this filter, this feeling that my perspective goes through all the time. And it's that I have to hide because it's not safe. It's not safe. It's never safe. You can never be sure anyone's ever safe. So I have to hide. It's not safe, and I don't even know if they really want me here. So I have to be careful. I can't let them accidentally see something that doesn't fit. It's like spy, kind of. And I'm worried, they'll figure out, I'm not really a native Russian speaker or whatever. And it's just like I'm driving around with expired tags and everyone's a cop, and I'm just like, oh my God, don't look too closely. I'm always afraid notice something. And it's very exhausting. It's so exhausting all the time. Just be afraid to be looking for signs of danger so much of the time. To be vigilant. There are those places and those people that, for the most part, have gone through that process of getting to know things and being like, okay, I get this. This part is fine. I can, in like that process of filling out things and then being like, okay, actually, this right now, we don't see any imminent threats. I think the area is pretty secure. We can probably put our guard down. But it's still a filter. And I don't want to always be looking for these things. I don't want to always be worried about that rejection. I don't want to spend my life and time and energy looking for danger that I don't